Hello everyone. Apologies for the long wait, but here I am again in Southline District with new locomotives, reworked, and a new railroad. For the new locomotives are the KCS ET44, CP8781, America 250s, Oddballs, and the 480 Railroad in the WAMX paint. The reworks are the UPAC 6000s, the SP Patch C44-1W, KCS's ES44s, and the CSX AC 6000s. There's more I didn't mention, but we'll discuss those later. Also, there's a bonus at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around. Either way, let's go ahead and check this out. The first chapter is the locomotives that are free. We'll start out with the KCS ES44s. KCS has two different varieties of the ES44s, the first generation and the modern. KCS ordered 30 of the first generation ES44s from GE in 2007 with numbers from 4650 to 4679. These were given the KCSM reporting marks. That same year to 2008, they ordered 80 ES44s, this time in a different radiator style, numbers from 4680 to 4759. Units numbers 4710 to 4729 are marked as KCSM. From 2011 to 2015, they ordered 135 ES44s for numbers from 4760 to 4894. Units numbers 4760 to 4764 and 4870 to 4894 are marked for KCSM. In 2019, KCS will eventually finish the last orders from WebTech, ordering 25 ES44s with Tier 4 credit installed in numbers from 4895 to 4919, marked in KCSM. They're also equipped with steerable trucks and strictly operated in Mexico for a short time until the CPKC merger in 2023, based on recent pictures of the newer ES44 spotted in the United States. And this is going to be very short, so it's going to take me 10 seconds to say this. This is the KCS ET44AC. KCS ordered 25 of the ET44ACs from WebTech in 2019, numbers from 5000 to 5024. Next is CP8781. CP8781 was built back in 2006, painted in the CP colors. It was like that until in 2021, CP8781 was repainted to the orange scheme to recognize that container shipping company Hi-Pack Lloyd, one of CP's key customers in the railroad intermodal service. Two decals are also on the side, as well as the St. John Express lettering, which is a port located in New Brunswick, British Columbia. Next is the General Motors Division GP38-2 from CP. CP ordered the GP38-2s from GMD in the 80s. These were numbered from 3021 to 3135, given the bell to be at the front of the cab, on top, and headlights on the nose. They are painted in the Pac-Man scheme related to the dual flag and today's scheme. Next is the UPAC 6000s. There's three varieties: UP's current paint scheme with the high and low ditch lights, and the previous scheme. In 1995, General Electric introduced the AC6000CW, and UP was interested in buying it. UP ordered 10 of these between November of 1995 to December of 1996, numbers from 7500 to 7510. In those same 2 years, 70 of those will be built, numbers from 7336 to 7405. Majority of those will later be renumbered in the 7000 series. In 1998, 81 AC6000s were purchased, numbers from 7510 to 7554 and 7300 to 7335. 3 years later, in January 2001, the last 25 were purchased from numbers from 7559 to 7579, later to the 6900 series. Here's the problem with the AC6000s. They were problematic and maintenance demanding on those turbochargers and crankshafts. Every 3 months, these units needed to be in the shops. Despite the wheel hop issues, these units when working were absolutely incredible in terms of tractive for effort and dynamic braking. So they had an idea to downgrade the engines to 4400 horsepower. Units numbers 7010 to 7079 and 7300 to 7335 were given to 4400 horsepower and renamed it to the C4460AC of what UP calls their AC44 or AC6000s. Units numbers 7500 to 7579 were also downgraded and retained to the AC traction motors and were renamed to the C44ACCCA. In 2018, UP rebuilt 70 of the C4460ACs and renamed it again to the C44ACM, still retaining the road numbers when they were rebuilt. In 2022, UP signed a contract with WebTech to rebuild 600 of their AC44s, including the remaining of the AC6000s. All of their AC6000 CWs will eventually get rebuilt and given a refurbished look, still retaining the original numbers. Units numbers 6888 to 6942 have low ditch lights, and 6942 to 6968 have the high ditch lights. Does the lighting look different? Yeah, you're right. Days after the back-to-back update, they recently changed the lighting, which I really like since it's not as dark as it was previously. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out because why not? Let's just go back to the video. Chapter 2 is the America 250 Game Pass that will cost you about 250 Robux to buy. First is Union Pacific's America 250 Unit 1776. This unit originally started as a regular SD71 built back in December of 2000, numbered as 4164. It operated as 4164 until it was repainted and renumbered at Jenks shops located in Little Rock, Arkansas. It was tarped and sent on a train from Little Rock to Council Bluffs, Iowa, where it was revealed. It was really disappointing among rail fans. The only thing they did interesting, well, I'm saying that quote-unquote interesting, was repaint the trucks to light gray and add the America 250 decal on the side of the nose. That's pretty much it. That unit would later trail behind on the OCS train after the reveal, and is currently on the Coast to Coast tour. I wouldn't be surprised after the Coast to Coast tour, 1776 will be stuck on locals. That's just my prediction, just like 1979. Next is the SLKC-9. Again, this is the fictional Genesee and Wyoming Railroad, so all I can say is this is the formerly BNSF and G6 C44-9W. This will later be repainted to the Liberty Bell scheme celebrating America's 250th birthday. Also a real locomotive from the Buffalo and Pittsburgh Railroad, so they added their own Genesee and Wyoming stickers and reporting marks. Next is this South DOT SD70AC number 250, another fictional railroad in Southland that runs between Crazy City to the end of the double track. Kinda like Metro or Metrolink if you think about it. This unit is painted in the American flag style with the blue and white stars at the cab and red and white stripes at the back, and given the number 250 to resemble the United States' 250th birthday that's coming up this coming July. Well, that's pretty much it. Is it? Oh wait, never mind. There's more. Chapter 3 is the Milwaukee Road steam locomotive as well as the new passenger cars. This is the Milwaukee Road S3484 Northern Type steam locomotive built by the American Locomotive Company, or ALCO. The Milwaukee Road purchased 10 of the S3484 locomotives from ALCO in 1944 in numbers from 260 to 269. Many of those only served with the railroad for a decade until they were retired in the 50s. The most famous S3484 is 261, which was preserved at the National Railroad Museum located in Green Bay, Wisconsin in 1958. 3 decades later, in 1991, 261 was selected to be restored by then the Friends of 261, which is now the North Star Rail. A year later, it was moved to Minneapolis for an overhaul and restoration. It will eventually complete its restoration and made its first run a year later. Oh yeah, here's the new passenger cars as well. I forgot to add those into the video, so whoops. Chapter 4 is the Oddball Units. First are these two BNSF Oddballs. Can y'all tell the difference or not? Well, BNSF 199 has its headlights at the top, while the rest are just taken down to the nose when going for a repaint or rebuild, or whatever what BNSF does to their GP60s. Now to BNSF 197. You see the difference? Maybe, maybe not. You got it? Possibly? 50%? 100%? Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Alright, so if you guess the nose sled that is a little raised than the rest of the GP60s, then you are correct. Congratulations, you get a cookie. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know what I should reward you, so the only thing you could do is just hit that like button. Next is UP8335. This SD70 ACE unit was repainted to UP's current scheme. I guess it just doesn't have its UP logo at the front, so the only thing that's on the nose is just this plain yellow color. That's it. Oh yeah, by the way, that's also a real locomotive. Chapter 5 is going to be short, but here is a former Southern Pacific patch. Here's the 2022 version of this Dash 9, and here's the current one. UP patched all these 101 Dash 9s after the Southern Pacific and Union Pacific merger in 1996, numbers from 9564 to 9664. They were short-lived with their speedy scheme, and all would later be repainted sometime in the early 2010s. Then in late 2018, all the Dash 9s will be in storage and not run until UP signed a contract with WebTech to rebuild the SP-9s. So far, only 36 out of the 100 Dash 9s have been rebuilt. Chapter 6 is going to be the Class 2 gate passes, with the new Wheeling Lake Erie locomotives and a new Class 2 railroad, the 4 Railroad, painted in the WAMX. We'll start out with the new Wheeling and Lake Erie locomotives. The first WLE unit are the high hood units. WLE 200. 200 is an EMD GP35 built in December of 1964 and was built for the Southern Railroad number 2706. It operated with the Southern Railway until the merger with Norfolk Southern Western in the 80s, retaining its number. It operated with Norfolk Southern until it was sold out to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1990. This unit is painted in the Ohio Bicentennial scheme, celebrating Ohio's 200 years with the United States. WLE 101. 101 is also an EMD GP35 built in November of 1964 and was built as Norfolk and Western 1301. It was painted in black and the Norfolk and Western marking painted in white and operated until its merger, still retaining their road number. It operated with Norfolk Southern until it was sold off to the TDIX leasing company, then again to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1995. This unit is painted in the Operation Lifesaver sticker unit. Alright, now we're moving on to the patch units. WLE 108. 108 is also another GP35 built in December of 1964 and was built for the Southern Railway number 2705. It operated until the merger with the Norfolk and Western, then to Norfolk Southern, and now to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1990. Next are these normal nose light GP35s. I've said these numerous times and I do not want to repeat them again. However, I can say these were formerly from Norfolk and Western and the Southern Railway until they were sold out to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1990 and 1995. Now to the ST40s. 3067 is an EMD ST40 built in November of 1966 and was built as the Missouri Pacific 767. It was painted in the blue scheme with the white lettering until it was sold out to Union Pacific and renumbered as 3067, then to the Wisconsin Central, and now to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1992. WLE 4018. 4018 is also an EMD ST40 built in March of 1967 and built as Missouri Pacific 713. It will be renumbered again to 3013 and operated until it was sold out to Union Pacific, renumbered to 4013, then to the Wisconsin Central, renumbered once again to 4018, and now to the Wheeling Lake Erie in 1992. WLE 4025 is also another EMD ST40 built in 1968 and built as Missouri Pacific 725. It was renumbered to 3025 until it was sold to Union Pacific to 4025, then to Wisconsin Central again. I keep saying this over and over and I'm sick and tired of it, and now to Wheeling Lake Erie in 1992. Finally, the last units we'll be talking about this is these Fort Aiden Railroad locomotives, painted in WAMX. If you don't know, WAMX or WACO is owned by the Webb Asset Management. They operate in the United States, also in Canada and Australia. Don't believe me? Here's pictures. Here's the GP38-2. Pretty much could be any railroad, could be BNSF, Union Pacific, Norfolk Southern, Burlington Northern, or man, I couldn't think of one. Next are these GP59s. Usually came from Norfolk Southern until they were sold out to the WAMX. Now to the SD60Ms. There's 4 varieties, regular and the Triclops version. So here's the patch version of the originally from Norfolk Southern until they were sold out to and painted into the WAMX scheme. Now to the Triclops version, formerly from Union Pacific, patch and painted version. Last but not least, the SW1500. Again, it can be any railroad, so I don't have any comment about this. Call me lame. I just don't know any of this and any of the history because it's a fictional railroad, so alright y'all, so this is gonna be pretty much it for today's video. I sincerely want to apologize for not getting this video up, I say maybe a week, as I delayed this video a little bit later because we're having some final exams at my school, so that's why I had to pretty much just lock in and try to get them done and get ready to do some summer, to get ready to do some summer break. Well, getting a summer job. That's what I was looking forward to. Either way, I'm gonna end it here, so so you guys don't even want to hear my yapestation of what's going on with my life. So, thank you guys for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please like this video, and also subscribe too. So, and now also one more thing, thank you guys for 1,300 subscribers. It's been great to see that how much of a community I have created. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and pretty much just supporting my channel. So, and I'm very grateful. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll catch you guys in another video. And as always, take care.